Hi everyone, this is Pritika and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to answer all of your questions that you have asked me in my previous IG stories. So let's get started with the video. Before starting the video, I'd like to say that please bear with me because it's going to be very long video. So yeah, what I did is I have written all of the questions in 2-3 pages so that I can read it out and answer you guys. So yeah, here I go. The first question is, do flight attendants have to be pretty? Well, I will not say that the flight attendants has to be pretty, because what I believe is they should know how to carry themselves and look presentable at all times. How many days can be the longest layover? So there are no certain time period for the layovers, because sometimes what happens is if the incoming flight is delayed and you are already having a layover of 24 hours in Delhi, now that your flight is delayed and you have to wait, or sometimes what happens is the flight get cancelled. So at that moment what happens is they will extend your layover for 24 more hours. So I would say the maximum time of layovers would be 24 hours. Which video editing app do you use? So for my YouTube video editing, I use only one app, which is iMovie, and it is already installed in iOS devices. So you can check it out. If you guys have iPhones or MacBook, you can see the app which is already installed in the device. So from that app, I edit all the videos. After your graduation, will you work as a cabin crew again or go for some other job? Well, as of now, I haven't decided yet because of the situation, and if the situation gets settled, I would love to try for the international airlines, and if not, then I would rather look for a job in Sikkim. Did you become a cabin crew right after you qualified your 12 grades? No, I joined Indigo after second semester. At that moment, I don't know why I wasn't into studies, and I was more into traveling and stuff. But now that I realize that the education is must and you should graduate at least, so the girls out there or boys out there, whoever wants to become a cabin attendant or a steward, you guys should at least finish your graduation, so that later on if this kind of situation arises, then you might have the second chance. For how many years did you work for Indigo? I've worked in Indigo for almost 2 years. Do Indigo fly to international destination other than Singapore, Dubai and China? Yes, in fact, they fly more than 27 international destinations. So right now, I cannot tell you all the list of destinations. What you can do is you can check it out on their website, or maybe you can follow them on Instagram. You might get some ideas. Can I be a steward if I have small scars on my hand, not the arms but hand? Well, if the scars on your hand is too much visible even after applying a lot of foundation and concealer, I don't think that you can be selected for that. But sometimes it depends on luck as well, and I don't know how deep your scar is, but let's hope for the best that you get through it. Okay, so the next question is, how do you maintain your figure? People often ask me about my figure and what I do for that. I actually do not have any specific diets, or I do not do any regular exercises. It's just that my body shape is like this, and yes, I do maintain when my stomach starts bulging out. That's when I realize I should stop eating a lot, or maybe I should stop eating junk foods. So that's how I maintain my body, but other than that, I don't do anything else. Which base do you think is the best once you start flying? So if you're looking for suitable climates and in terms of earning as well, then you can go for Bangalore like I did. And also if you want to go for, if you want to fly more international destinations and have chill pill vibes, then you can go for Delhi. And if you want to, earn less or fly less, if you want to work for minimum hours, then you can go for Chennai, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, Kochi, etc. So it all depends on your requirements. How much do you get paid in a month? Also, what's your height? Okay, I cannot tell you the exact amount of what amount we used to get, But what can I say is it all depends on the hours that you make in a month. If you are making 60 hours, then you might earn from 40 to 60, and also it includes the night times, I mean night hours. So yeah, and I'm talking in terms of Indigo because I've worked there and I know the rules and regulations. So I don't know about the other airlines. So if you're asking me about my height, then my height is 5.3. Is height that important? Be honest, please, because I've seen girls shorter than 5'1". Well, I don't have any idea about it because when I went for my interview, the minimum height criteria was still 5'1", I mean 5'2". So the girl that you have seen before might have got selected when the height criteria was different. So I don't have any idea about it. Yeah. Do cabin crew clean toilets? Yes, they do clean. Because it's their responsibility to maintain the decorum and also to provide a comfortable flight to the passengers. What are the crazy things you have done in flight? Oh, okay. When I was traveling to Singapore from Bangalore, usually what happens is when you're flying out of Bangalore, there is always morning flight and you feel very, very pukish at that moment. And while coming back from Singapore, I felt really pukish, and at that moment only I had to man the cockpit door, and I was like really pissed off at that moment because I was not even able to stand in that situation because I was only available in that period. And it was very crucial for lead to go in the cockpit and serve the captain. So I sat there quietly. I didn't tell her that, I was feeling pukish and this and that because I thought that I can handle myself and I can control myself. So I stood like this. And what happened is, as soon as she came back from the cockpit, I puked. But not in front of everyone. I took the air sickness bag from the seat back pocket and I hid myself in front of that cart and I puked. Can a steward remove his blazer during flight? Well, I don't have any idea about it because I belong to a company who hires only girls. So in my perspective, I don't think you can open the blazer in the series of the flight because it's part of your uniform, and maybe yes, maybe not, because I'm not very sure, and you should definitely ask to the person who is right for this. And how many steward would be there in a flight, as I've seen more female staff than male in a flight. For this question as well, I'm not the right person to answer because I don't have any knowledge about it. What can I say is there might be few male stewards who are working in airlines. So maybe because of that, maybe there are more female flight attendants than the male flight attendants. So another question is, why are most of the cabin crew, including you, are fashionable? Thank you so much for saying that. And I cannot tell about others, but then what can I say is I'm more interested in fashion, clothing, style. So yeah, since childhood I'm always into the style and fashion, style, clothing, blah blah blah. So maybe it's my nature that no one can change. Is there enough space to fit two people in the toilet? Yes, of course, you do have a space for the baby and the mother when they come for the diaper changing. Yeah, if you want to come with the adults, then it might be uncomfortable because you do not have that much of space in the toilet. Can a cabin crew sleep when there is a long flight? I don't know about the international airlines, but if you are talking about national airlines, then we do not sleep at all because of the minimum crew, because we are there to take care of the passenger. Are pets allowed to be in the flight with their owners? If you're carrying a dog, he must be trained and And also if you're carrying the trained dog, then you can inform the airline 24 or maybe 48 hours ago. Can a steward have dark circles? Why not? Why not? We do have dark circles, and to hide the dark circles, you can use a few cosmetics like concealer, foundation, men fair and lovely cream. So you can use those kind of stuff because they do use. It's not only girls. Do Etihad Airline hire 12 grade pass or cabin crew, both male and female? Yes, they do hire 12 grades as well, and I think it's only Singapore Airline who hires only graduate people. Finally, it is going to get over. So before that, there are only two questions which is similar, so I'm gonna answer it for both of them. So here the questions are: you inspire me so much in many ways, I swear, but did you leave your job at Indigo? Just curious. First of all, thank you so much. And also the second question, did you quit your job? If yes, then why? So here's the truth. I resigned the company because of the situation. I don't know how to start this, but then ever since I told you guys that I resigned the company, you guys have been asking me, why did you leave your job? This job was good, and you should have continued working in Indigo. So this many questions were there. So here's the thing of my situation. There's no any big reason for this. It's just that okay, first of all, let me start like this. As being a cabin attendant, you have to stay away from your families. You have to sacrifice all these wait a minute, what is matcha? Okay, so you have to sacrifice your families, all the festivals that you used to celebrate each and every month or every year, and all of a sudden you had to go and live a different lifestyle. And I was enjoying my life. It's not that I wasn't. I was enjoying my job, I was enjoying my life, but this current situation turned out to be a turning point for me and for everyone out there. So yeah, I was living my life, and all of a sudden this lockdown happened, and I was all there in my room for 2 months. Imagine 2 months alone. Oh my god. So these things happened, and but then still I was like trying to motivate myself by watching videos. And I tried so many things. I tried to do exercise in a regular basis, which I don't do right now. For a few days I felt better because I got time for myself, but as the days passed by, I felt worse and worse and worse. At that moment, I didn't have anyone to talk to. You have parents, but then I am not that kind of a person who talk with your parents or your sister every day, every time. I just talk to them whenever I feel like talking to them. So I was staying and staying. I felt so bored, so bored. I was so devastated at that point of time, and I nearly got into depression because of the situation. And I'm not a kind of a person who loves to sit in one place. I just don't like it. I cannot. And even now also, my hometown is in Rongli, and right now I'm in Gantok. And I tends to like change place every time. I don't know why, but then yes, I am like that. Okay, apart from that, when our chief minister decided to bring all the stranded people from other states to our state, which is Sikkim, at that point of time, me and my brother decided to come back to home because there was nothing to do. Even the flight was not operating. And that time I felt like I'll just go back to my hometown, and when the situation gets settled, I will come back and continue my job. So as I was traveling from train, it was first day of my travel, and I got a call from my base, and this asked me about my availability, and they said that we are soon going to operate the flight. So I said that I'm going back to hometown, and now that I'm in train, I cannot just stop the train and come back, but then I do need few days. I told my mother that I'm here for just few days and I have to go back to Bangalore to work as we are operating very soon. So my mother said, now that you are here, why don't you stay here? So I said, no, I have to go, I have to work. She panicked a lot because of the situation, and I said, no, I have to go. So my quarantine got over, and after a few days I packed my things, and I told my mother, I have to go, I have to work, and this is what I love. So my mother was panicking a lot. She wasn't allowing me to go, and still I tried to convince her, but she was not happy with my decision, because you know how mothers are. They will look for your betterment, and they cannot risk their children in this situation. So even I wasn't feeling good to go back to Bangalore. Even I wanted to spend some more time with my families, at least in this crisis. So I was praying to God. I don't know what is wrong, what is right. I had so many things in my mind, and I cannot just resign the company and sit back at home. There are a few rules and regulations that you need to go through, and all the documents I'm supposed to give to them, and for that also I have to go back to Bangalore. But then somehow I talked to the manager, and he said that okay, you can give all the documents once the situation is settled. So I was so happy that he agreed, and I'm so thankful to him. And I said that okay, mom, I'm going to resign. Okay, then she said, you will get another job, don't worry, you have age, you are beautiful, you are this and that, you know how moms are. So I said okay, yeah, it's why not. So that's how I decided to resign the company. It's not a big deal. It's not that I will not get a job. I can join the airline once the situation gets settled. So yeah, this is it. Whew, I don't know whether I have explained this in a better way or not, but I really want to take this opportunity to thank all the doctors, all the air hostesses who are working in this situation, all the Indian armies, whoever are working over there for us. Thank you so much. You are so great. And yeah, and I know I've been there, and I know it's so hard for us to stay away from the family. And yeah, hope we get through this, and let's pray for the best. Let's pray for the good future. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for asking me these questions, and hope this video is helpful for you. And thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye. Love you.